The Man That I Am. Okay, so I feel like this is where we hear a slightly edgier, it's still got the pop sensibilities, still got your style and fit within the album in terms of sonics, but it's a bit edgier, a little bit edgier with the lyrics, and everything else that we've heard has been really overwhelmingly positive, and this one is like where we kind of cock our ear a little bit and we're like, I want to hear more.
Yeah.
Talk to me about The Man That I Am.
Well, firstly, just listening to it, I just love it. I absolutely love this song, just as a music listener as well as a music maker. Like, I just does something for me. The vibe of it. It's got this like, and then the drums and the
It's got that like intention. Yeah.
It's this vibe. It just feels vibey.
Yeah.
And
we're both like vibing into something at the same time.
And to sing, it's really fun. It's like right in my sweet spot. Like some of my songs are actually, I find quite hard to sing. Like they're just like, what's gonna make the best song? And then I have to go away and work really hard to make it sound as good as it can. Whereas this is just in like a gritty, more bluesy, sweet spot of my voice, which is just really nice. And so it's not The Man That I Am, this song. The original inspiration was actually, we were just talking about, the amount, this wave of women's empowerment and how important it is, but also how there must be so many men out there who find themselves in situations of relationships that actually aren't working for them. So this was more of a song of trying to put myself in someone else's shoes and go, what would it be like? And then you want to leave the relationship, but you don't have the courage to leave, but you should, and what would that feel like? And that it was very much that sort of song. I think there's a little element of it when I sing, which is a bit, from having such a successful father and maybe when I was younger being more sensitive and aware of that, less established in myself. Maybe when I sing it, there's a little bit of it. It's like, you don't understand the man I am, you have preconceived perceptions, but this is who I am. But the lyrics of the song aren't inspired by that. That's how I put my own emotion into singing it to make it personal.
Yeah.
But I just love it. It definitely takes, you listen to the first 3 songs and you'd be like, oh, this sort of music. And then you listen to that and you're like, oh, hold on a minute. This isn't where I was expecting it to go.
This is a bit of a switch up. Yeah. When I was listening, obviously, it's the first of you, and I like to listen to an album in order, and I feel like an artist's intention is to do that, and this is really like a moment in the album. Another moment in the song, the guitar solo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite bits.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
What guitar was this on? Because I know you've got lots of guitars in
Well,
it.
this wasn't me. This was actually Dominic Brown. He's the guitarist for Duran Duran.
That's fine.
And and I ended up at a mate's house in his basement having a jam with him years ago. And he was like, oh, he was shredding. And I was like, oh my God, I've never seen anyone play guitar like it.
Yeah.
And then when I put the album together, and he mentioned that night, he was like, oh, if you're ever doing any music stuff, give me a shout. And then pan forward however many years later, and I've got my first album. I was like, do you know what? I should contact
I'm going to hit him up.
And they're going to hit him up. And so we spent the day in the studio, and he laid this down, and I was just like, that is it. That is just so right.
What was that day
song.
like?
Oh, it was great. He's such a nice bloke. He's got this.
Did he come
studio at
here?
home. No, he's got a studio in London in his house, and for me, like, music is like my biggest passion. Anytime I'm doing anything to do with music, I come alive. I love it. It's just time flies by, and so he just smashed out a few different takes, and this was it. And it's just that it just gives the song a whole added edge, and also the choice of the choice of the timing and the way that he also plays the guitar is just really interesting as well. And I think it just lifted the whole thing. I was going to put a harmonica solo on it because I play harmonica, but it just didn't really work.
I feel like this is like cherry on top of the cake.
Definitely.
Yeah, I really love this song.
Nice.